AITA for being upset at the wedding date my friend chose? Throwaway, on mobile. So two of my closest friends are getting married this year and I couldn't be happier for them. I love them both. And they are very happy. My friend, 24F, asked me to be a bridesmaid. And of course I accepted. They have recently sent out invites and when I saw the date, I realized it was the anniversary of my mom's passing. This took me back a little, as she knew the date of my mother's passing, so I messaged her and asked if this was a definite date and not a mock-up. She confirmed it was the real date, and why I was asking. I then said it's the first anniversary of my mother's passing and that it's kind of a big deal for me. Now this is the kicker. She said, "Oh, I know. But it's nearly been a year. I thought you were over it. Also, having my wedding on that day should take your mind off of it." I was dumbfounded, as she knows full well I am not over it. I said I'd still attend, but would like some time in the morning to go to my mother's grave and say hello, put flowers down, etc. She said no, that I was needed with her as a bridesmaid. I told her she was being quite a bit of a dick and that I don't want to be a bridesmaid if she is going to continue like this. Her fiancé then messaged me telling me I'm a piece of shit for walking out of the wedding so last minute, and that I can go to the grave whenever I want. I feel a bit awful about this and I'm unsure whether or not I'm the asshole. AITA? Edit. I never asked her to change the date of her wedding. I just asked for confirmation that it was on that date, and to ask if she remembered what day that was for me. Only thing I asked to do was go to my mother's grave on the morning of the wedding. I would never expect her to change it for me and my issues. NTA. I was on her side thinking that she maybe just didn't realize the date until she said she thought you'd be over it. Damn. NTA. If she'd said, "I'm so sorry. This was the only date that worked," that'd be one thing. But doubling down on, "I thought you'd be over it," when you clearly wouldn't be having the conversation if that was the case. Let alone refusing to make any accommodations for you to recognize the day on your own. Walk away from the wedding and friendship without regrets. NTA. I don't know anyone who just gets over their mom passing within a year. It's been almost 12 years for me and I would still be upset if my best friend knowingly booked her wedding on that day. It's never going to be a day I don't care about or feel the need to be alone a bit. NTA. How is this last minute when you inquired about it when you just got the invite? Also, if it's such a hard day for you, I can't understand how your friend would be so callous about that. I'm sorry. NTA. Your friend is a dick. If she hadn't realized the date and everything is already booked, then she could have at least been polite about it and said she had forgotten. Similar situation from 3 months ago, with update, if you want some more context. This sounds familiar. Only the OP's family had all died in a crash several years prior. In the update, the bride's friends all acknowledged OP's sad anniversary date and told the bride how awful she is. NTA. I would have called you the asshole if only the first part of the story existed. It is unreasonable to try to plan the date you pick for your wedding around the feelings of every invited guest about the day chosen. That being said, once you expressed why you were hung up on the date, the appropriate response would have been, "I'm so sorry we had to pick that date. I know it is hard for you. But that was the only time at the venue we could get and we will do what we can to make you feel comfortable." What you instead got was someone basically saying, "Get over it," and then when you proposed a very reasonable compromise, taking a little time in the morning to go to the grave. They basically told you to go screw yourself and that you can go to her grave anytime. Then her fiancé jumps on board to call you a piece of shit? Yeah. This is a wedding you need to skip. And honestly, it's probably for the best they picked that date, or you would have wasted your time and energy investing in a friend who doesn't give a shit about you. And a gift. NTA. You don't have to ask her permission to visit your mother's grave. I would have just done it and she could get over it. I feel like I've read this somewhere before. This isn't the first time this was posted. I remember reading this 1 month ago. NTA, she's horrible. I'm not one to advocate for ending friendships over simple disputes, but I am this time. Because she's the worst friend ever. NTA. It would be one thing if she forgot or couldn't get another day at the venue, but doing it on purpose is super behavior. This girl isn't your friend. NTA. To diminish your pain even if it was the 5th anniversary of her passing is beyond messed up. I thought you were over it. You don't get over a death, and especially a parent, in less than a year. I lost my mom in March of last year and it feels like yesterday. I'm so sorry. You deserve support, not ridicule. Real talk. Didn't I read a very similar story a couple of months ago? This is not your friend. This is not your friend. This is not your friend. A few years ago my grandfather died. He lived 2 states away and only came for big events. A year after his death I was not okay enough for a wedding on the anniversary of his death. 12 weeks ago my brother died. The only 2 deaths I have experienced. And I cannot imagine in 5 years wanting to do anything but cry on the anniversary of his death. I get that death is an uncomfortable topic. But she is clearly saying, I am done with you grieving your mother. It is cramping my style. So I think you need to say, I am done with you as a friend. Wasn't this same scenario posted before? NTA. Not that they are the asshole for choosing a date that doesn't work for you. But how they treated you. Thought you were over it. It's the first year you've been without your mother. Fuck off. That's so cold. NTA. The very least she could have done was allow you time to go to your mother's grave. What a bridezilla. NTA. Tell the fiancé to fuck off and tell the friend to take a hike.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.